Hi, I'm Lou, and today I'm going to show you how to make this pipe bed with no tools. Here are all the parts we'll need. This is 3/4 inch black steel threaded pipe. We will need 4 elbows, 42 T's, 4 flanges, 2 12-inch pipes, 2 6-inch, 11 18-inch, 4 8-inch, 19 24-inch, and 24 5-inch pipes. Screenshot here if you want a list of parts. We will also need 3 24-inch long pieces of 5/8 rebar. I'll be showing 2 ways to do the build. If you have an angle grinder and a Dremel, we'll turn a T into this piece here. If you want to do this project with no tools at all, you'll have to get 2 of these 4-way corner T's and 4 street elbows. If your pipes have stickers like this, slice them off with a razor blade, and then clean the residue with WD-40 or Goof Off. By the way, these pipes make your hands very dirty. We'll start making the top of the headboard with 6 5-inch pipes and 7 T's. Simply screw them together end to end like this. It should look like this, and now we're going to screw a 5-inch pipe and an elbow on each end. Now we're going to temporarily use these 10-inch pipe as wrenches. Screw them into 2 connectors next to each other, and then use them to tighten it like this. Tighten this joint as much as you can get it by hand, but end up with the pipes coming down this way. Then take this pipe out and put it here and tighten this joint and move on down. The top of your headboard should look like this, and all the pieces should be tightly screwed together. Now we're going to make the bottom of the headboard, and it looks the same. We're going to do the same thing all the way across, except the end pieces, instead of having elbows, they're going to be T's. Now we'll screw 18-inch spindles into the top of our headboard. Screw these in as tight as you can by hand. Now we're going to put these 2 pieces together and unscrew the spindles slightly out of the top so that it screws into the bottom. This one is tight here and not connected at all here. So what I'm going to do is loosen it out of the top and simultaneously screw it down here into the bottom. So I split the difference between here and there, and it's still screwed into both places. We will screw these in one at a time, and it helps to have the other ones leaned up so they're not interfering with the bottom rail. There's the top of the headboard all done. Next we're going to screw in an 18, a T, an 8, and a flange on both sides for legs. Temporarily screw in our 10-inch wrench and tighten this. Make sure when you're done it's standing up like this. There's the headboard all done, and we're going to make the footboard in much the same way. So all the T's and elbow connectors will be the same. The differences here will be that instead of 18 we're using 24-inch spindles, and the legs are only going to be 6 inches long, and there won't be a little extra T in the bottom like there is for this one. There is one other difference between the headboard and the footboard, and it's right here. If you're doing the no tool version of this project, you replace that T with this 4-way corner T, and then you take these 2 street elbows screwed together and screw it right in here. In the end, it looks like this, and this is where our pipe goes to connect to the headboard. If you have the angle grinder and Dremel, we're going to take a T like this and cut it to look like this, and then this is going to go right here, and that'll be our connector instead. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the tool and no tool version of this connector, and this is the pipe that goes off to the headboard. Now we'll make the connector. You start with a normal T, cut this side off completely so it looks like this, and almost cut this side off completely, but leave a little foot right there so we can space it up. Now we clean up all the edges with the Dremel. In the end, it should look like this and should fit onto a pipe just like this. Here's the footboard all done, and I'm using the cut connectors. If you're not using tools, then yours will have these on both sides. Now we need to make the side rails of the bed. We've got a 12, a T, a 24, a T, a 24, a T, and a 10. There's the headboard and footboard and the side rails in position, and we're going to need to screw them in there and there on both sides. To install the rails, we're going to be using a combination of our previous two methods. We need to screw it in there and then back it out so we can screw it in there. However, we want to get it as tight as possible in there so we have more threads on both ends. We haven't used this 24-inch pipe yet, so we'll screw it in here and use it as a wrench to tighten the end joint. Now connect into the footboard and you should be able to get 3 or 4 turns of threads in there. If you're using the angle grinder and Dremel method, your footboard foot will look like this. If you're using the no tool method, your footboard foot will look like this. Also in the no tool method, you'll replace this 10-inch pipe with an 8-inch pipe. Screw in your last 6 24-inch pipes as crossbars. Mark the halfway point on your rebars, stick them all the way in on one side, and then pull them back to center. Before you use the bed, definitely wipe it down with 409 because it gets pretty black. Here's our bed frame all done. And here it is with all the bedding and nightstands added in. If you like the industrial look, check out my latest videos on rough-sawn beams and this pipe table. This is a full bed, so it's 54 inches wide. If you want to do a queen, replace these 5s with 6s all the way across. If you want to do a king, replace them with 8s. In both the king and queen, replace this 12 with an 18. Thanks for watching.